Hello, hello. Hang on just a second, because I know it's been taking a couple of seconds to get people in on Periscopes lately. Hello, hello. Happy Friday. Happy end of the day Friday. We'll turn this around. Thank you to those of you that are joining me. Turn around, camera. Turn around. I am Andrea Reynolds. I'm a 5th grade teacher in Metro Atlanta, Georgia for right now, and I'm actually still at work only because I needed to copy some stuff and get some stuff done for a TPT meetup that Teachers Pay Teachers, for those of you that don't know, Atlanta meetup tomorrow that Rachel Vincent from A Tall Drink of Water and I are hosting. So I had whipped up a trivia game because we wanted some icebreakers, and I didn't want to do like, do you like Sharpies better, or do you like flare pens better? So yesterday we had to administer testing, and it was 3 hours of testing. 3 hours, okay? Like proctoring, walking around, monitoring was horrendous. And like I'm a creative spirit, and that's part of why I resigned. And so the testing is killing me. But yeah, exactly. So I won't even get into why I'm resigned. But anyways, I was like, I gotta have something to do, and I went on Facebook. I have a Facebook group for our meetup, and the other night I was like, okay, we're gonna have icebreakers, and then Rachel's like, what icebreakers are you gonna have? And I was like, I'll think of something during the testing, and I did, and so I whipped up at a trivia game, and I finished it, and then I wanted to make sure I talked about how to make a Snapchat GeoFilter, which I just went back on Facebook and looked up the post that I commented on in the Teacher Entrepreneur group, where I was commenting and saying, I don't think my ideal customer or my, ideal customer avatar is on Snapchat, so I don't understand why I need to use Snapchat. And it was March 6th, people, March 6th, not even 2 months ago. I was not even using Snapchat. And once I kind of figured out, oh, wait a minute, I thought of Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come. And I listened to some really good scopes about it from Caitlin, from Teach Inspire Change, and from Sheila Jane, and they convinced me. And ever since then, I've been in love with it, and it's perfect because I'm quirky, and I think if I jumped on Periscope every time I did some little quirky thing, then that would just be too much. And Snapchat is perfect. It's like 10 seconds. I can do my little, I love music, so I love to incorporate music into almost every single snap I do. And, I can just be random and quirky, and because with Periscope, I feel like I have to have lessons. So I've been loving Snapchat, okay? And for those of you who are into business or just love Gary Vaynerchuk, which I do, he is big into Snapchat. He's huge into Snapchat, and he was my inspiration because I'm 40 and so is he. And I was like, okay, I'm too old to do this. And I was like, if Gary Vaynerchuk can do Snapchat, then I'm going to do what he says because we're the same age. I am not too old for this. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. And so he has been saying for like a month or so that these custom GeoFilters are like the way to go. They're going to get people money, and people need to jump on that and figure out how to monetize them because they're going to be the next big thing. And I've been putting it out there. It's like, wow, someone from the teacherpreneur community really needs to get on this because, if you're great at graphic design or, if you just really like the tech stuff, then you can profit from this. Well, nobody has listened to my suggestion yet, and I thought that what better opportunity to attempt a GeoFilter than for our Teachers Pay Teachers meetup tomorrow night, because several of the people coming are on Snapchat, and I thought this would be a really cool thing. And of course, I've started doing this last night, and because this wasn't completely last minute, because I had read an article from Gary V that said that you have to submit it like 2 days before. And let me show you the article I found from him that will give you some inspiration. If you need inspiration about why you should be using Snapchat, you should listen to Gary V. But let me turn this around. This is my ghost code thing. If you're not using ghost codes, you really should. So that's my Snapchat profile. I didn't know what category to put myself, so I just said interesting because I think I'm interesting. And so that's where I put myself. And like I said, like I had to get several different tutorials from my kids to be able to use Snapchat because it took a little bit of a learning curve. And my thing about it was I want to like or, give a heart to people's snaps, and you don't do that. And so that took some getting used to. And you can chat on it, or hence the name Snapchat, or you can just watch people's stories and get to know them better, because a part of business is storytelling. And if people watch mine, they can get to know that my quirkiness. So there's my snap code. And then here is Gary Vaynerchuk's website. And sorry, I have to have that. I'm blind. I'm getting old, so I had to have it tilted a weird way. So I just searched for Gary Vaynerchuk Snapchat, which I had seen the article on Facebook, but I just wanted to find it on his website. So he has a ton of stuff about why you should be using Snapchat and how to use it for marketing. But you also can find out about the GeoFilters on here. So if you need that I searched for it earlier, he gives you steps, but it's even easier if I'm going to show you another way. So this is what a GeoFilter is. He uses them all the time. They are for they could be for birthday parties or graduations, or just cities or tourist attractions. People make them, and you set up like a territory. It's called a geofence for how far away the people can use it. And he uses them all the time. And as people use them for sporting events, or, personal things. And so I set up one as a personal event for tomorrow night for our TBT meetup. And I tried several different programs, okay? But what I did first was Google creating a GeoFilter. And this is the exact place you need to go. You go to this Snapchat on demand, and I was trying to make that focus and it made it worse. Snapchat.com on demand. I didn't know Snapchat even had a website, but they do. It is so easy. You have to have it a certain size though, and Gary Vee goes into the details. And I got mine approved already for tomorrow night, but the problem was I accidentally put only from 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock because I refreshed the page and I didn't realize the time changed. And I need it to be from 6 to 9 or 5 to 9 because the event doesn't even start until 6. So that would be pretty boring if Rachel and I, while we're setting stuff up, we just Snapchatted and all the people that wanted to come. So I'm waiting on it to get approved, and hopefully it will get approved by tomorrow. I suggest that if you are making one and you need it for a specific event, you do attempt it 2 days before, not starting on it the night before. So what I did is I went to the site and I knew it had to be a certain size, and it tells you on here exactly what size, and there are even templates, okay? Tells you everything. This is the size it has to be, and you decide if it's business or personal. And of course, I just put personal because this is not something sponsored by Running Things with Runnels. This is sponsored by my business. So the site, it tells you right here exactly the specifications. You can't put URLs in the GeoFilters yet. Maybe they will add that on later, but this is the exact size they have to be right there. And they all have to be saved as pings, as the PNGs with a transparent background. Okay, that is where, and this says 0 people are watching me, and if that's the case, that's okay. And but that was the problem. Okay, so when you download their templates, they are in Photoshop or Illustrator files, and I am a novice at Photoshop, and I tried last night, and the problem was I couldn't figure out how to do a transparent background. And apparently you can do that with InDesign, but I needed to update my InDesign program, and it just wasn't updating. And so I was it was 10:30, 11 o'clock, and I was so tired. I was I don't have time for this. So I kind of gave up, but I was really determined because I really wanted to do it. And so my partner for the event, my co-host, she suggested PicMonkey, which was great because I tried Canva, and I used to have Canva for work for the membership, but I really didn't utilize it enough, so I broke up with that. And I had PicMonkey before too, after I watched a scope from Amanda Warner about it, and I just I didn't use it at all because I didn't see the point, because I was I already have Canva, and then I did the Royal membership and I got charged the $5, and I was like, wait a minute, I could just save this because I don't even need this. Well, now I know why I need PicMonkey, and I will not be breaking up with PicMonkey again, because you can do transparent backgrounds in PicMonkey, and you can sign up for a free trial. I went ahead and signed up again, and it's so easy. So easy. Because I got the sizing right. I got everything right in Photoshop. And then I even tried Illustrator, which was even easier than Photoshop, but I couldn't figure out the transparent background. So this is why it's so easy. You can use PicMonkey to do the transparent background. So it's just PicMonkey.com, and it might be an app too. I'm not sure, because like I said, I'm used Canva is my jam, and so I just didn't even want to hear about PicMonkey, even though I was really interested in it after Amanda did that scope. So all you do is when you go to the design, you can design these to fit like your Facebook cover or whatever, but I didn't even do that. I just went here and I typed in the size. I'm not going to go through the whole process of creating one, because this isn't a PicMonkey tutorial, because I really don't know enough about it to be given a tutorial. But you can go down here, and I resized it to be the exact, I resized it to be the exact same size that I needed for the GeoFilter, which I couldn't remember. I had to look up 99 times, 1080 by 1920. So when you do that, it's going to look like a phone size. Okay, and when you're doing a GeoFilter, you just want it to be like a little bit on the top or a little bit on the bottom, so it doesn't cover up you know, people's faces or people's whatever they're showing. So 1080 by 1920. I'll just show you this real quick. 1080 by 1920, and this is what okay, I did not know how to use PicMonkey, so it was kind of irritating me how it wasn't cooperating. So this is how you change the size, and I just took that out and played around with it and clicked every single button. That's pretty much how I figured out how to use Photoshop, is clicking every single button. Okay, so I unclicked that keep proportions because it kept making it a square if I didn't. So if you say apply, boom, now that looks like a phone size, right? Like a phone screen. And I want a transparent background. So the other thing that I can do is go back to, I don't remember where that was, but at the beginning, let's see, the sharpen colors exposure. At the very first part of it, it gives you the option to have transparent. And this text is really easy. So you just pick it, I actually used that script right there. You just add your own text, and then it gives you a choice of colors. You can do sizes, kind of like it works, you know, in Microsoft, in PowerPoint, or in, you know, programs we're familiar with. So you just have to play around with it. And I just typed it in there, and I put it down to the bottom. And then I added in some pictures. Now, I figured out you don't just cut and paste pictures here, because you can't manipulate them. Every program calls their pictures like by a different name, and here they are called, what are they called? Frames. They're called frames. So no, they weren't. They were called effects. Overlays. So in PicMonkey, if you're adding your pictures, they're not going to be called clips or pictures, and you can find the pictures down here, but I already had clip art picked out, so I went to my own and I added in the clip art that I'm, you know, that just pulled up my documents. I've got all this stuff on here that I'm using. So that's what I did, and let me show you how it turned out. That's it right there, and I was able to save it with a transparent background. This is it right there. You see it's transparent. So, and you just save it as a ping. And then, and that checkerboard is the symbol for transparency on a graphic that I realized. So I just created that myself. And then once I had that created, what I did, I'm going to pretend like I'm creating another one so I can show you how easy this is. So once you have the graphic designed to the right size, it's so easy. Okay, so I'm going to pretend like and like I said, they even have templates for you, but beware, they are Photoshop or Illustrator. And if you have problems using those like I do, don't try to do it the night before and figure out the program. Give yourself more time. So let's say I'm doing this one again, okay? And like I said, this one was white background, so that wasn't going to work. I think it's this one. So I'm going to pretend like I'm adding this one, okay? And it gives you like a little sample. So this is what I did earlier. And then and you see, that's kind of how they look. You don't want something that's going to cover up the whole screen. That would not be a GeoFilter. That would be like a picture. Okay, so I've seen some on the top too. So you could design your logo on the top. You can't do a URL. Like I said, you have to just do like the name of an event. And didn't try it for business. I just put personal because this is it's a personal event, even though it's for business people. So then you just go to next and you pick your time, and you have to be careful because if you don't pay attention, it will shift. So you pick, like, let's just say I want to do it for 3 to 4 a.m., which I don't, but we're just pretending that. It's because I just want to show you. And then now I need to decide where I'm going to have this be located. You have to pick the area because the more space you use, the more of the cost is going to be. So let's just say I'm going to do, okay, I don't want to put the exact address of where the meetup is tomorrow, but I'm going to put, let's say I did Stone Mountain Park, okay, because that's kind of near where I live. Let's fake like this was going to be at Stone Mountain Park. So there's Stone Mountain right there. And what you do is you draw a fence. And your fence is where your GeoFilter can be used. And people can swipe their screen and the GeoFilter will pop up tomorrow for mine. Hopefully that gets approved. So let's say this is Stone Mountain Park right here. Okay, so I'm going to make a square around it. And this took a few times practicing. And so what that means is, like, people within this range right here can use my GeoFilter. So you see, and it only costs $5 to design one. And I'm not quite sure how people would monetize off of creating one. That's going to be something I'm going to look into, because now that I realize how easy it was, I'm going to jump on this. So let's say that's my space right there. So this is like 50,000 square feet. If you do like a, 200-mile radius or something, it's going to cost you more money. So then you go to next. Okay, I was just making sure my credit card info wasn't saved. Double check this, because this is why I had to cancel mine and start over. And if you do mess up with the time, they send you an email too, to whatever email you have registered with Snapchat. If the time is wrong, you just can't, or the date, you can just cancel it and resubmit the same exact thing. So that's what I did. And then like right here, you click personal or business, and then you submit it and you agree to the terms. And then then they email you and let you know if. Like I said, I'm waiting on mine to be reapproved because I did 5 to 6 p.m. instead of like 5 to 9. So it was really easy, really easy. And once you've practiced a few times, I'm sure it'll be so easy. And I think there's just so many possibilities for these GeoFilters, because Snapchat is the next big thing, okay? It's already here. That and Facebook Live, okay? Periscope is not dead. It's not dead, but Facebook Live is taken over, and now that Catch is not going to be saving videos, then people are going to be doing more Facebook Lives, and people are going to have to figure out how to, save I save my snaps, because on Snapchat, they're gone after 24 hours, so just like Periscope. So, thank you for watching, and like I said, I can't wait to see mine get approved again, and hopefully other people will find it and be able to use it. We'll have to see how that works. But trust me, like at the beginning, if you didn't see the beginning, I have only been on Snapchat since March, okay? March. And at the beginning of March, I was like, I'm not going to use this. And when I heard GeoFilter, I was like, huh, what? Geo? Yeah, I know what Geo means, world, but I don't know how to do this. I can't do this. And you know what? You step out of your comfort zone and you say you can, and then you don't give up. Okay, I finished this today when I was supposed to be doing something else, but oh well. This was important to me because I'm really excited about this meetup tomorrow night. So that's how I did it. And if you have any questions, you can email me at runningthingswithrunnels.com, but I probably might not be able to give you too much information yet because this is the first time I've tried this. But if you see, you can teach an old dog new tricks. I'm learning Snapchat. I've tried out Facebook Live twice. I'm giving all this stuff a try because this is, you know, my jam. Business is my jam. So if Gary Vee told me to do it, I'm doing it. If Sheila Jane and Caitlin told me to do it, I'm doing it because those two ladies know their stuff. So thank you for watching, and I can't wait until tomorrow to share what's going on with the meetup and maybe even more tonight. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.